Good morning everyone, welcome to another YouTube live stream. I hope you are all very well. Back into Euro trucks today, going to be carrying on from where I left off in Greece in the last stream. So I've just parked up for the night and yeah, ready to find another job and to see where we end up. Let's have a look at the job market first of all. I am on Pro Mods, so I can only choose freight market jobs. Airspeed Alive. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. We're in Greece today, and I don't know how long I'll be in Greece for. Hopefully not for too long. It's never fun covered in grease. Although some people might say differ. Let's have a look. We've got a cotton harvester here. We've got some vans. We've got an asphalt mixer. We've got some pickups. It's a little bit too far away. Let me know how I sound as well, Airspeed, if you think that my voice is quite low compared to the sound of the car, the game. Let me know as well. I've tried to fiddle about with it yesterday. I did notice my last stream I did, I was a little bit quiet. I'm good, thank you. Not bad. Thank you. I haven't really started yet. It'll be once I get moving with the truck. So this is my sort of second YouTube stream. I have done some streams on YouTube in the past, but not many. It's just that there's some people that I know that just tend to watch YouTube, so I thought, well, I'll do some YouTube streams as well. Yeah, anyway, let's go and pick up this this job. And there was something I noticed along here. I don't know if... I think I might have been here last week in Flight Simulator. I've got no idea why I think that. But I just saw something in there that just made me think that maybe I actually had flown here in Flight Sim last week. But yeah. Not too sure. Right, anyway. Got a the Renault today. I do change my trucks about. I know not everyone is a fan of a Renault, but I do like to have a Renault. Right, anyway, we're just driving slowly here. This road does crack me up. Makes me think of the UK roads driving along here. It's just, obviously, there's not as many potholes in this road as they are. But there's that big crack in the road makes me think of a typical road in back here. And if you're offended by that, I apologise. You better contact your local council. Because I'm just saying what I'm seeing. Right. Anyway, let's pop into, where is it we're going to? We're into, the Fallow Cargo. This is where we dropped off in my last job, actually. Those of you that watched the last stream, that was where I went into in the end, the Fallow Cargo. So we've got to pick up this drill. It's not going very far though. Wow, that vehicle horn sounded very realistic. Almost sounded real then. Perhaps it was. Right, let's get into here and pick up this driller thing. I hope it's still here. I hope so. Right, there we go, the driller. Sounds a bit like a Michael Jackson song, doesn't it, driller? Well, almost. Or maybe it's a... that would be a good song to have at the dentist, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Driller. Alright, let's do a bit of reversing. As you know, some of you know from my Twitch and train sim streams that I do like to do a bit of reversing now and then. Wow, look at that. At least the trailer kind of almost matches my truck. Well, the red does anyway, but a bit of white there as well. Look at that. It's almost the same shade. Almost. It's a Cass, or however you want to pronounce it. It's a bit like a Marks and Spencer's trailer. This isn't any other normal trailer. This is a Cass. Well, I can't even probably pronounce that right. I'm sure there's probably someone out there that's screaming right now. Probably screaming at me. How dare you pronounce it wrong? Right, anyway, let's get going. Let's get out of here. For some reason I was going to go forward then. I thought that was the exit through them bushes. Oh dear. Anyway, I hope you're having a good Sunday so far. Those of you in the UK, it's Mother's Day today, so if you do have a mother, hope you're keeping your eye on her, looking after her. And if you're not, why not? Bit of a Citroen 2CV over there. Bit of a busy road here, isn't it? This isn't a very long job, this one. Are you going to just... Thank you, Mr. Audi. Or Mrs. Audi. Right, let's get going anyway. Yeah, just a short one. This is just to a couple of islands. I'm just going to try and do short jobs, short jobs really. Not anything too long distance. I think it's just nice just to do as many journeys as possible. I'll try and do at least probably a few of these junctions. Oh my gosh, it's like every man to themselves along here, isn't it? You're going to let me out? Oh, thank you, Mr. Policeman, although you haven't really given me much room to manoeuvre here, have you? I bet you just wanted me to crash into the side of it, didn't you? See, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to crash into that police car now, and then they're going to be wanting me to give me a fine. Well, there you go, I missed you. Right, anyway. Oh, that's a pig. Is that a pig? Or sheep? I thought it was Wallace and Gromit for a minute. Wouldn't that be funny? Had Wallace and Gromit come past on a motorbike. If there's any people out there that do ETS mods, there you go. That's one for you to do. I think I might have been to this island on Greece, I'm not sure. I am on my Pro Mods profile, so there's a lot of grey roads on this compared to my other profile, which is all base map stuff, so... It says I've got to stop here apparently. Well, I'm not stopping. So yeah, 316 kilometres, that's about what? About 200 miles or so, isn't it? It's not, and part of that's a ferry journey, so it's going to be a bit less than that. Wow, these roads, not exactly made from me and my truck, are they? Let's get round this roundabout anyway. Yeah, I don't want to be staying in Greece for the whole stream, so probably once I've done this one I'll probably do a job to a different country. I just want to hopefully have some cool cargoes to take as well. I really don't know why this GPS is wanting me to go up here and then come back. That seems a bit mad to me. Yeah, that does look a bit mad. I don't know why it wants me to do that. It's almost like I've got to go all the way over this bridge just to turn around and come back. Wasn't there another way I could get there? Surely I could have got to that port without having to go around all the houses. That's mad. How does that work? I wonder if there's a way I can get off here anywhere. We'll have to look to see if there's a cheat point, you know, where I can make a shortcut, because that just looks daft. Maybe some of you want me to go over this bridge, but it does seem a bit weird. But I've got to go all the way around here just to come back on myself, just to go over there. We'll have a look out for some gaps, hopefully. This is why really you shouldn't really follow GPSs. Because sometimes they might want to take you on a crazy path. I mean, don't get me wrong though, it'd be a nice view. I mean, in the last stream I did say I wonder if we'll go over this bridge. But it just seems a bit weird. Because I've literally got to come all the way back across this bridge. Although I suppose it's good for those people that might not be watching the stream for another 10 minutes, because then they'll see the bridge, so I don't know. But I'm just watching the kilometres tick down and I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. Out of all this 300 kilometres I had when I started, how much of it is actually just based on going around the houses? Because it seems like at least 100 will be just going around the houses. So, interesting looking Volvo there. And they're going to fine me as well. I'm going to have to pay money to go across this bridge, even though I probably didn't have to go across this bridge. Terrible. I think they just want to get extra money out of me, to be honest. Do I go this way, I wonder? Let's see. Probably going to go the wrong way. 46 euros, you having a laugh? It's a good job it's not real money, isn't it? Imagine that. I wouldn't be very happy like that. So I've literally got to come out here, go around the roundabout and come back across the bridge again. It's a scam, I'm telling you. Just to get extra money out of me. Making me go across this bridge so they can take a toll off me. And I bet you I've got to pay a toll coming back over as well. So they'll take, what, 90 euros out of me? That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I feel cheated. Cheating me out of money. It's true though, Airspeed. I'm being completely taken for a ride here. Literally. I like the way that place was called Loanina. Yeah, we definitely need a loan doing this route. Terrible behaviour. Right. So we've got to go all the way across the bridge and all the way back again. There must have been another way, surely. Don't forget, if you like this video, to click on that little little thumbnail thing, whatever it is, the thumbs up, and click on that bell as well, so you'll get notified when I'm doing other streams in the future. And if you like the content, feel free to subscribe as well. Hello Paul, good day, how are you? Welcome. We're going on an excursion today. I'm taking you around all the bridges in Greece, apparently. So yeah, we're just taking this drill. I think it's for the local dentists in Greece somewhere. And we're taking it to a dental surgery on another island. So we're just going over this big bridge. And yeah, we'll see what happens. It's about 240 kilometres now. I started the journey with 300 kilometres, and all I've done so far is go out the bridge, go around a roundabout and come back over the bridge. So that's all I seem to be doing today so far, is just driving over a bridge. Got no idea why it wanted to take me this way, but there we are. I've literally spent the last 10 minutes driving nowhere, more or less. So yeah, I'm running Pro Mods at the moment. Now Pro Mods is a freeware mod you can get for ETS, which has a lot more coverage on it. So and some of the areas have been revamped. So for example, we have Ireland on Pro Mods, and Iceland, and a lot more of Sweden and Norway on there. But you do need to have all the map DLCs to run it, because it takes assets from all the different map mods that are out there. So every time there's an update to Pro Mods, normally what happens is that you'll have to probably have all the DLCs still. So yeah, just driving along in Pro Mods. And as I said, I'm sort of new to YouTube. I've posted videos on YouTube in the past, but not really as a stream. So I haven't really streamed live streams as such on YouTube that much. Right, I think we need to come over here now and then head to the port. So we're driving a Renault today, a Renault Range T, I think they're called. I quite like the Range Ts. I like to sort of like just drive a little bit of all the trucks now and again. So those of you that know me in the past, you know, I drive Scanias and Volvos and whatever. Just saw a fighter jet then. I'm sure I did. Let's see if we see it again. It's probably keeping an eye on me really, making sure that I'm not getting up to any mischief. So my aim in this stream is just to do a couple of jobs, maybe 2 or 3 at least. So I'll taking this job to an island in Greece, dropping it off, and then I'll pick another job, and then we'll just go somewhere else. I would like to head back towards the UK over the streams actually, because those of you that might not have seen Pro Mods before, obviously you'll notice a big difference between what normal ETS2 has in the base game for England and Wales and Scotland compared to how it is in Pro Mods. It's quite a big difference. I won't obviously be going all the way to England today though, so I'll just make my way there slowly over a few streams. and then go over to Ireland as well. So it looks like we're going past the question mark. Now that's probably going to be, oh, did you see that plane again? It's probably going to be a recruitment centre. Sometimes they're truck dealerships as well, but yeah, either one of the two. But I've got a feeling it's probably going to be the recruitment centre. What's that one saying? Oh, toffee. I was waiting for something food related to come along. It normally isn't too long in Euro trucks before something to do with food or drink passes you by. Nice to see something different. People, yeah. I mean, what I sometimes do, Paul, is like, for example, when they bring out a new truck, you know, like I think the last trucks they brought out were the DAF ones with the cameras. I streamed them for a few streams on Twitch. But I do like to sometimes just drive a little bit of different trucks. I think when you start the game, I think that's a really good place to start, because when you start the job and you don't have you start the game and you don't have a truck, and you have to do quick jobs, that's really good, because then you can get to drive all the different trucks. So you can choose a Mercedes, or you can choose a DAF or a Renault or a Scania or Volvo or whatever. Today I've just decided to drive and in some of these streams I've just decided to do a Renault. So this is just the Renault Range T, but I think the livery on it is one of the ones that you can use if you're using your own trailers, because there'll be a trailer that has that livery on it as well, so then they kind of match up. Got a truck with a tractor on behind there. We had a Pepsi van just go past as well. Don't know if Popcorn was driving that one or not. Considering it wasn't weaving in the road, it probably wasn't him. And I didn't see any vape smoke come out the windows or anything. So yeah, we're just heading towards the port at the moment, and get on a ferry. PC service, there you go. If you need your PC looking at, it's the place to go. Oh, I just heard a dog bark then. I've got no idea if that was actually in the game or it was somewhere else. There's the ferry port. You can just see the ferry now in the background. Now I've just got to make sure that I go to the right place, because sometimes in the past when you've got multiple destinations I do accidentally go to the wrong port and then realise don't forget, on ATS they'll be bringing out a new state next week. 3rd of April will be the new state. Now I will be streaming that one on Twitch, although I'll probably do a YouTube stream of it at some sort as well. You wouldn't be surprised if it was him. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. Although it didn't say Pepsi Max, so I think he's I think he's a bit. I think he'd probably prefer to be driving a Pepsi Max van, I think. So anyway, this is my cargo. Now you do have some little flashing lights on it as well you can do, so if you want to have some beacons, just to warn everybody. I don't tend to stick them on until night time though, but... Alright, we're heading into the port now anyway. The good thing though is actually when I come back over the bridge, I don't think they took any money out of me, did they? Which is a good thing. Right, let's get through here. Looks like we can just drive through straight onto the ferry. It's a very nice sunny day here, isn't it? So which ferry are we going on then? I'm very confused. I'm guessing what happens, we got to come round here and then we got to do almost like a U-turn onto that ferry ramp, I think. I think that's how it's going to work. I think this is the smaller ferry that goes from island to island. I think that bigger ferry there probably takes you to the mainland. I'll read that in a second, Paul, once I've got round there. I played this in ATS on GeForce Now, but I don't like using the controller. Yeah, that's what I'm using at the moment. I use a controller, I don't have a wheel, so I have to play with the controller. I don't mind it. I mean, I've seen people that have wheels and they still crash into things, so sometimes, you know, having a wheel isn't exactly, you know, a best thing. It's nice. It's nice to have a wheel, mind you, you know. I mean, I'd like to have a wheel sometimes because with a controller, I've got to have both hands on it, whereas with a wheel you can basically have a drink in one hand and steer on with the other hand or whatever. So it's good for that. But yeah. Right, anyway, let's have a look at the travel destinations. So there's only really one place that we can go to, which is Argostoli. Which is where I want to go to. So we're going to go to Argostoli. 4 hours travel time, €510. Tell you, I might have to start having to take donations on my stream soon if this keeps going. It's costing me a fortune. This, right. I wonder if they've got any Argus shops in Argostoli. We've got a mini market, look. I think you can buy minis at the mini market. Pathfinder, that's what I need sometimes, because I always seem to get lost. Right, I guess that we can come out. Well, it wants me to go this way, so I'll obey what the map's telling me. Just because. Look at that, you can even hear the seagulls, can't you? Look how realistic that is. Oh, hang on a minute, they're the seagulls, right? Actually, out my window, but anyway. Great, so now I've got to manoeuvre. Anyone want any ice cream while we're here? There's Constantina, homemade ice cream there. Going to be good. Alright, hopefully I'm not going to wipe out any of these mopeds as I go along. But we're alright. Got to be really careful in these little areas here. Right, past these shops. Very touristy, isn't it? There's the ATM machine. I'll probably have to go in there soon. The Ambrose barber shop. The Tellier. I like that Tellier because there's a Scandinavian phone company called Telia. So it's almost like when you're in Sweden, you sort of say it like Tellier. So it's almost sounding like how it's written. Look at that nice little Kefalonia. Oh, look at that. Someone's taken a selfie there. Well, not a selfie, taking a picture of his girlfriend or whatever. Rum and raisin. Yep. Poseidon. I remember there was a film in the 70s called the Poseidon Adventure. I don't think it was much of an adventure though, especially if you're actually on the ship that sunk. Nice little buildings along here. You can see the bells up there. I wonder if they actually ring on the hour. a nice little island, this. Oh, some pedlos, I like those. I do like pedlos. Okay, right. Got a bit of a junction coming up here. It says stop. Did I stop? No. I'm waiting for a crash sound. No crash. Thought that car was going to smash into me then. Let me know that roundabout had a lot of places on it, didn't it? Nice detail. Yeah, it's very nice detail. I mean, this is the Greece DLC, so this was one of the last DLCs that they brought out. So you tend to find with SCS, every time they bring out a new DLC, it always tends to go up a level in regards to detail and things. Which is why it's good that they're going back through the old base map stuff now and revamping that. So they've been going through Germany, Austria. They're working through the Benelux area now, which is Belgium, Luxembourg and the Netherlands, and basically making all the old base game maps look more up to date. At some point they'll be going through the UK map as well. As I said, but with Pro Mods they already have an updated UK map on Pro Mods, which looks a lot better. But as this is a Pro Mods, and Pro Mods Greece, and Greece was in Pro Mods for quite a while, there's probably a mix. So there's probably a bit of original Pro Mod stuff and mixed in with SCS stuff. So there might be things you see as I'm driving along that the actual SCS DLC for Greece might not have in it. But it's good when SCS bring out official mods, because then what people can do is they can take the assets from different areas and then make up map mods using those assets. So it's a bit like what people do on Train Sim Classic with free rare routes. They can pick things from different routes, which is why also a free rare route on Train Sim Classic always tends to have a lot of requirements. You know, like you have to have about 6 or 7 routes sometimes. When you get a free rare route, it's because, you know, the person that's making the route is taking little bits and pieces from each route. So if you don't have those routes installed, then those things can't show up. So in Train Sim Classic, they'll be show up as milk bottles. So you'll see little milk bottles dotted around. So that's how you know if you get a free rare route in Train Sim Classic that you might not have everything installed, because you'll see little milk bottles everywhere. You know, like if you're just driving along and you suddenly go to a station platform and there's milk bottles on the platform, it normally means that there's some platform station asset service. So sometimes you have to just try and find them, and then those milk bottles will disappear and you'll have the actual proper assets. This is a nice little road along here. The little post boxes and things. I think we'll be dropping off here soon. Right, let's drop off here. I've got to see how this is laid up. Now I have it so it automatically chooses what sort of parking for me to do. So sometimes I get an easy parking, sometimes I get a harder parking. I don't mind which one it is. I quite like it that it's the element of surprise in a way. So it looks like I have to reverse. So what I'll do is I'll come back down here and then I'll reverse back up the slope with this one. There we go. So I'll just come back up here and then we'll do some reversing up the slope. See how we go. Probably have to go outside actually briefly here. You can tell I'm concentrating because I stopped talking. It's the only time I ever go quiet is when I'm trying to park. Right, let's turn that off. And then let's get this unloaded. So there we are. So that was alright. And then we'll pick another job off the island. Let's see what we got on here. So we'll have a look at Freight Market again. So we're down here in Greece and I want to go, let's see what we got. We got some granite cubes, rye, concrete centering, empty pallets, marble blocks. That might be quite a nice one. Marble blocks to Albania, which is literally just down the road a little bit. So we could do that one. It's quite a nice little cargo there. So we'll take these concrete blocks, I think. So we're going to go to Rock Eater. I'm not sure where that is on the island, but no doubt we'll find it. We might already be here, actually. This might be Rock Eater, actually. So we might just need to go down to the entrance and pick up the thing. Thanks, Paul. It is getting a little bit dark as well, but I think with the ferry journey we'll add a little bit of time to it as well. But I just need to go down here, I think, because I literally need to have to go on the marker here and then pick the job up, so then I'll have to just drive back to it. It was probably the one that was next door to me, actually, because I think that could have been the job where I've just parked. I think that might have been the rocks next door to where I've just dropped off, so we'll see. Let's have a look at on here. Okay, so marble blocks, yeah, there we go. Let's take that one. Yeah, and then I think we just need to go back. There we go, yes, so as I said, it was the one that was next door to where I was, so we'll just reverse back there again. So I'll just reverse, because if I go forward and turn around, I've still got to reverse back round again anyway, so. I'll put the hazard lights on as well. So yeah, we'll just pop over to Albania now. Drop these off. Got some driver income coming in from some of my other drivers as well, which is nice. Right, let's head back down to the ferry port. got the hazards on for a minute. I'll turn them off once I come out of the construction site. Turn them off now. We'll get out of here. Oh, I've got loads of them there. That's cool. Oh. Got loads of them, he says, as I create 6% damage on the front of my truck there, hitting them rocks. Well, there we are. Well, it's nice bit of damage there. It's a good job this isn't Beam MG, because if that was Beam MG I'd probably have a big dent and a lot of damage on the front of my truck now. So we'll head back to the port anyway. Get on a ferry. And then what I'll do is I'll park up somewhere and have a sleep. All that, because I think the ferry will add probably a few hours on, so it'll be night time. Now, normally when I'm not streaming, I don't mind driving at night, but when I'm streaming, I tend to not drive so much at night time because nobody can really see a lot on the stream when you're driving at night. So I'll have a sleep once we get off the ferry. It's quite nice at the moment because we're driving through towns with street lighting, so everything's quite nicely lit up. But once we're out in the countryside, it'll get a bit. That'll buff out. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. That's the good thing. I mean, I would love there to be more damage on the trucks, to be honest, but I think it's all to do with the licensing, and all the truck manufacturers don't want to see their trucks with big dents and things on it. Hence why there's not so much damage modelling on some of these games, you see. It's a bit the same with Train Sim World, isn't it? I mean, you derail your train and there's not a lot of damage or destruction. And then you could get Beam MG, for example, but because they're not using licensed brands, they've got models and cars in Beam MG that look very similar to real world ones, but obviously they're not. Same as GTA, for example, Grand Theft Auto, they use fictional car brands, although they look very much like cars that you know. But obviously they're not named as such, so obviously, you know, there can be more destruction and doom done to those vehicles. I think it would be nice if they could do even just things like a cracked windscreen or something, but I think with SCS, probably to do with the licensing they've got, they probably can't even do that really. They can probably make the trucks look dirtier over time, which I think is something they might be adding actually, so that over time the trucks get dirtier. You know, a bit like what happens in Farming Sim, you know, every now and again you have to get the hose out and do your tractor. But I think there's certain limits, you know, that you can do. We're just driving back towards the ferry port. Just see the moon up as well. Looks nice. This to me makes me think of an ATS town, even though this is Greek, but it kind of makes me think of American trucks in a way. Right, we're coming back up to the ferry port again. So this is a nice little island. I drove a bit more around this island, I think, when I got the Greece DLC on Twitch, and then I was driving around it a bit more. So there's the ferry just up here. Apparently we can't come in this way, which is a bit annoying. So I have to come round here. It's not too bad. It's a bit of a pain to drive onto, but let's get back on this ferry again anyway, and we'll see what destinations I can go to. I just hope that I'm picking the right one. Then we'll go for a sleep anyway, because it'll probably be about 10, 11 o'clock at night by the time the ferry gets to its destination. Let's see where we're going to go. So we've got Igoumenitsa. I think that's where we're going to, because then we go from there to Albania, whereas Patras is more down there. So I think we go over to this one. It's going to take 7 hours, so it's going to be although it's at the island it's taking me to. I'm just going to have a quick look on the main map before. I just want to make sure that I'm going to the right place. So we're going to go to, where's it going to? Yeah, there we go. So we're going to be going, yeah, so that was the right island. I just wanted to make the right place. I just didn't want to end up going to the wrong port. Right, so this is going to be 7 hours, 720 euros. Let's see what time it is once I arrive, because if it's 3 in the morning, do you know what I'll do? As it's 3 in the morning, I might just carry on, because the sun will be coming up in a couple of hours anyway, and a couple of hours in this game is literally not very long at all, so I'll just drive as is. If it would have been like midnight or something, then I would have had a sleep. But yeah, it's nearly the morning again. So we'll just carry on. Shouldn't be too bad. It won't be too long before it gets light. I think we can come down here, can't we? Hoping that we're going to go this way. I'm just following that red line. Looks like we can just drive straight out. Awesome. So much for passport control. But then again, probably I can see there's like when you're going the other way, you need to they need to see all your identification. But I guess when you're coming off the other end, you don't. Right. No doubt, probably when we get to Albania border, though, we'll probably have to show some ID or something. It says that we're going to be due at our drop-off point at about 10:43 in the morning, so that's not too bad. And there's a lot of street lighting here as well, so the road is well lit up, so it's not too bad. But as I said, it won't be too long, and then you'll start to see the sun coming up. Drive a little bit faster, CK. So drive along at 56 kilometres an hour. Then again, we are going up a hill, so yeah, we're not really making much progress anyway. We've got a tunnel coming up. hopefully will level off a little bit. We got a little beacon on this one? Don't know. No, we don't have a beacon on the back of this one. So once I've dropped off here, I'll do one more job, I think, and then that'll be that for the stream. So what I like also is the fact, and when I'm doing these streams, is that I don't really know what I'm going to be doing from one job to the next. I literally just turn up and then just see what jobs there are at the next place, and then just go from there. Try and pick something that's kind of a little bit interesting. You know, marble blocks. It's not often you get to do marble blocks, but I guess I think you get more marble block jobs in this part of the world than you do in other ones. There are certain jobs in ETS that, for example, you get good money for. Computer processors is one that you always get good money for. Transporting cars. Oh, sorry about that. Couldn't stop. Transporting cars is another one. Also taking the yachts. If you've got the heavy haul pack and you're taking like the big ship, the big boat or the yacht, they tend to have a good price per distance on those as well. But yeah, medical vaccines, computer processors, the boats, they tend to, and the cars, they tend to be ones that you get quite good money for on here. Of course, and as ATS is expanding as well and getting bigger, the amount of money that you can get on a job in ATS gets bigger and bigger as well. For example, in ATS, yesterday off stream I did a drive from Los Angeles to Little Rock, Arkansas, I think it was, and that was $170,000 for that job. It wasn't a high-priced item either. That was just because of the distance, really. So I think it was like 2,000 miles nearly. I think it took about nearly 2 hours real-time driving as well. So I was driving for about 2 hours nearly. So some of the longer journeys now in ATS can certainly take up some time. Curve a little bit there. Got someone wanting to race me. Come on then, off you go then. I'm not bothered. I think that's from the Scouts cars. Now Scout cars, I believe, are a fictional name for Skoda in the game. So anything you see with Scout cars are just basically Skoda. Because the logo is very similar to the Skoda logo as well. I don't have any mods on this at the moment that has real company names. I do have sometimes those kind of mods now and again, but I don't have any at the minute. Hence why you're seeing fictional branding still on some of the trucks, although other trucks don't have fictional on. You're off to bed, are you, Paul? Thanks for popping in. Nice to see you. And yeah, thanks for, as I said, thanks for watching. And see you around. Thanks for being here anyway. Nice little flowers on the balcony there. As I said, those of you that are watching, don't forget, you know, if you liked what you've seen, just to give a little thumb, you know, click on that little like button on the on there, because that'll help me over time as well, because I think it'll help spread the stream on to other people, make them more aware. Of course, if you don't like the stream, don't click on the thumbs up. Right. Still got 300 kilometres to go. A few shops about. Probably going to be doing a Train Sim World 5 stream next on YouTube. Just some London to Brighton with the Class 700 timetable. Just do a return journey to Victoria from Brighton, I think, or vice versa. Go from London to Brighton. I click the thumbs down. Am I doing it right? You click away, airspeed. You click on what you want. I do wonder, actually, you saying that, I wonder what it's like for Australian viewers, because Paul being from Australia, I wonder for him, when he clicks on the thumbs up button, it's actually the thumbs down button, because obviously they're down under, so everything's upside down. So maybe, you know, clicking on thumbs up is like a thumbs down for me. Still waiting for the sun to come up. It'll be coming up soon. Let's see if there's any hints of any sun coming up. The sky is starting to change colour a little bit there in the distance, so I'm guessing it's not very long now. Still got 327 kilometres to go, so it's still about 200 miles or so. So it says I'm not getting to my drop off until about 11 anyway, so it'll definitely be daylight by the time I get there. If I have a sleep now, it'll just add many hours to the journey time, really. Well, what I mean is that the drop-off time will increase by a good few hours. I'm speeding a little bit as well. I'm very naughty. Go over to the right lane here. Looks like we've got passport control, so this might be for Albania border that we're coming up to. If you wanted to see my passport. Might have to go through the X-ray machine as well, you never know. They might think that I've got something hidden in the rocks that I'm transporting. Trucks have to go this way. That's for cars, so we go down this one for trucks. Was quick. Funny if it was that quick in the real world. But people can even get still in pace. But the amount of times I've been on like Truckers MP and you've been in a big convoy and everyone has to go and wait behind the other person. Hello, Katie. Oh, there we go. We've got to go through the X-ray machine. I'm alright, thank you, Katie. Hope you're well. Just doing some journeys through Greece. We're just about to pop into the... have I got to go that way? Or have I got to go straight ahead? I don't know. I think I might not have gone through the X-ray machine. Oh well, never mind. It's a bit confusing where that was supposed to be. In no man's land though, you can get some fuel. It might actually be further ahead still, so we'll see. So yeah, just doing probably 3 journeys. This is the second journey today of the stream. I'm literally just started in Greece, where I left off in the last stream, and just heading towards the UK again. So just coming up to Albania now. But I don't know where this X-ray machine was. I don't know if I had to turn off and go somewhere else, but there we are. Yeah, I was having some breakfast, probably watching a little bit of TV. Oh, here we go. The inspect me Reezy. That sounds quite interesting. We got a paper lorry behind us. Must be a nightmare to drive when it's windy. Probably get blown away. Imagine that, a lorry full of things. Yeah, I saw that, Katie. Right, we've got to drive in here. That's a blooming good way to drive up in here, isn't it? Don't exactly make it easy, do they? They probably just want to make sure that I'm not carrying clay rather than, you know, I'm actually carrying rocks. Stop the engine, okay. Well, are we actually in there? I want to make sure we actually fitted in here, aren't we? Oh, good, right. You was on a long call with your mum, so couldn't... Yeah. I don't know what he was streaming, though. As I said, I did see that he'd mentioned something. But I was a bit away doing other things. Right, anyway, we went through the X-ray machine. Everything seems good. I guess we have to come out and go around again. Oh, the TSW5 route, I'm guessing. Is that paper? Why is he still waiting there? You're getting him away. Oh, well, that was your fault. You shouldn't have been there. Oh, God. I don't know. It's funny, isn't it? Katie shows up, I start crashing. They have a lot to read. Yeah, I bet they do. Why can't I move? I got stuck. Oh, gosh. It's like I've got embedded in here. I've got stuck. I can't get out. Right, let's see if I decouple it to make it do something. Sometimes just literally... There we go. Right. Out of the way. Thank you. Sorry. Oh dear. Sit here with a stack of P45s, yeah. I wonder what they are in Albania, actually. I wonder what they would be. I reckon they're just pencil rubbers, aren't they? Just giant pencil rubbers for a giant school. Look at it, it's going to be 12:30 by the time I get to my drop-off now. It was only supposed to be 11. Terrible. Right, anyway, let's carry on. Must be quite weird seeing me on YouTube, Katie. It's a bit weird seeing me anyway. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? A bit weird seeing me anyway. What do you mean to streaming? Wow. Thought I'd try something different, you know. I mean, I've posted some videos on YouTube, and I really should stream a little bit more on YouTube, I think, sometimes. But I don't want to go the restream route, because then you have two chats that you have to keep an eye on. So I'm thinking about, you know, doing the odd stream on here and doing the odd stream on Twitch. Bit weird seeing me anywhere. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I saw you write any, so I was just filling in the gap. And the reason that is because on my chat window where you wrote anywhere, it was on the right hand side of the screen, bottom right, there's a heart that I can press, and that was covering up most of the words, so I just saw any. So I just thought you'd wrote anyway. So I was kind of auto filling in. That's why I said what I did. What about kick? Kappa. What about kick? Oh, you mean yeah? Oh, I know what you mean. Kick, the streaming service. I think it's just because recently I've started to, you know, have people that were watching a few of my YouTube videos, and they tend to stream on YouTube as well, and I thought, well, some people they just watch YouTube and don't go on Twitch, so I thought it was just basically just expanding a little bit, so those people that basically probably would like to see me stream live because they don't watch Twitch, then I could just stream on YouTube. So need to get the super chats going. I think you can only do stuff like that once you reach 500 followers, I think. Super chats. Because then it starts to become like the Twitch affiliate thing, so I think you just need to have 500 before you can enable things like that. But yeah, super chat would be good. so I can feed my addiction. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's also things that you can do on YouTube, like members and things, but you then have to have a place for them to go to, like a Discord, and I don't really want to have all the Discord stuff again. It gets really hard to keep track of. I suppose if you get bigger and bigger, then you can just get other people to do all that for you in the background. Then it's not so much of a problem. Hey, Tepic, you think about YouTube at times? Yeah, it's mainly just because there's a few people I watch on YouTube, and they're sort of into simulation gaming and streaming, and they know about me on Twitch, but obviously they've seen some of my YouTube videos, and so I thought, well, if I stream on YouTube, maybe it might, you know, make them come over and watch a bit more. How are you anyway, Tepic? Sorry I couldn't pop in earlier. I was doing some IRL things, being Mother's Day and everything today, and having breakfast and things. So but at the moment we're just driving through Greece. I'm just taking some rocks with me, which I guess are like marble rocks or whatever. Maybe these are the Elgin marbles. And I'm just going through Albania at the moment, through quite a scenic road actually. I didn't realise how scenic this road is, but I've just realised now, looking at it, it's actually quite windy and bendy, a lot of mountains along the coast road. Almost taking out road signs there. I saw your spam posting. Yeah, well, the reason for that was that there was something on my Twitch page about they were changing things from a certain date coming up. Also had something similar for Facebook as well, where certain videos and things are going to get removed, and I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll just, when I can, I'll just move a lot of them over to YouTube, just so that these people can still watch them, because after a while I think they'll just vanish from Twitch entirely. So I think it will just be videos of the last 30 days or so will stay up, but some of my older videos, they'll get removed, so I just put them on there. So that's the only reason why I did that. I had the same with Facebook. They were saying that some of my things would be vanishing after certain dates, so that was the only reason why I did it. I just, you know, some of my older streams, although it, you know, obviously Twitch doesn't keep everything that I've ever streamed, because it was quite weird, because I had a lot of videos from 2016 and 2017, and then there was like a big gap all the way to about a month ago. So I've just got to get in the habit of just, whenever I've done a Twitch stream, just to basically export it over to YouTube, although they're not the best videos to move over, but I just think it's good for nostalgia in a way. It's been quite fun just having a look through some of the videos I did a few years ago, and just some of the things that I did, some things that I've forgotten about, you know, like Katie shared a clip of me on a, you know, crashing things, and it was just quite funny. Some of the things I just lose sense of otherwise. You know, rolling down a hill in a truck or something. So it's quite a nice road there actually. I mean, I've been along here in Euro trucks, but this is my Pro Mods profile, so a lot of this is still grey road. So, but yeah, this is quite a nice road. The only thing that I wish they'd do is take that fence away, so that if you're in Truckers MP and you hated somebody, you could just drive up to them and bash them off there, and they could just fall into the water. Brilliant. You know, if someone you don't like is doing a stream, and you can go, well, I'll just bash you over the side of this cliff. you know, perhaps someone would do it to me. Perhaps there's people out there that would like to smash into my truck so I fall off a cliff. But yeah, this is quite a good little route actually. It's very scenic. There will be some ATS streams on Twitch next week once the DLC comes out, because I'll just be doing my usual, you know, doing that little exploring the state and doing all those jobs that you have to do. Airspeed Live coughs. It's not very good. I know there's a cough going around at the moment, Airspeed. Yeah, imagine it. I could do a convoy of Egbert, couldn't I? We could get him along here and then I could call the stream Smashing an Egg. Did Humpty Dumpty fall off the wall? And then, yeah, and then, you know. Oh, hello, Egbert. Let's play Smashing the Egg. Like I said, but unfortunately there's a little barrier here, so there's not much you can do really. Although look, there is a gap up here, look, if you wanted to, which is quite convenient because it's almost right on the bend, look, so you can literally go straight ahead. Look at that, you could literally go off there if you wanted. Looks very oh look, there's CK, look, I'm here. There's one of my trucks. It's got CK on it. I think the rest might be a swear word. CK whatever. Maybe that's CK Sim Gaming in Greek or something. Got my own truck. Who knew? Right. That's what I like about driving trucks. There's always things at every corner. This is certainly a bendy road, isn't it? This one, I like this actually. Because we were talking about this kind of thing the other day in an Egbert stream, because Egbert was doing Train Simulator, I think. Or Egbert, oh that's right, and then Egbert, he got a crashed desktop on his train sim, and then his background stream for Windows was like of a bendy road on some cliffs, and I'd said, wow, that would be really good in trucks. And he said, oh, maybe it's like in South America somewhere. And I said, maybe. Or Turkey, but it looks like we've kind of found a road which is very similar as we go from Greece through Albania. We need to sort out some branding we can add to our streams. Some branding. Professional Sim Gamers Limited. Network South Tepic. I don't know. Oh. I do sometimes go into streams and they have like these groups, don't they? Like join this, you know, like Squirrel has one. I think it's the Nut House, isn't it? Dole. Yeah, I can't see the rest of that because of that heart thing. It says Dole something gamers, but I don't know what the M's for. Is that Dole midlife moaning? Is it Dole moaning? Is it Dole moaning gamers or something? What's it called? Dole man great. Oh, I don't know. Oh, look at this lovely castle. Look, that's like Windsor Castle, that, isn't it? It's like a mini version of Windsor Castle there. It's like a restaurant as well. Arse Hat Gamers UK. Midlife Wibblers. I don't know. Talking about actually, now that I see you here, I saw Scott had mentioned on his Facebook yesterday, Tepic, that he was going to do a video of his route. That he was going to record his route. He was going to do a scenario in it and post it on YouTube, I think. And then later on that day, he said that he recorded it, but he deleted it because there wasn't many. The FPS was so low, and I thought, well, that doesn't surprise me at all. He said he was going to try and do it again. I don't know what he's going to have to do. I think he might have to remove half of the assets from his route then. Came as a surprise. Yeah. I'm quite interested to see it, but the only thing that worries me was when he posted the other day and he said that his route had 40 gigabytes, takes up 40 gigabytes of disk space. I've just thought, well, what train sim has there ever been a train sim classic route that's taken up 40 gigs of disk space? That seems a bit crazy to me. I mean, you know, Train Sim Classic though, it's an old engine as well though. I mean, even when you get Beast PCs, you know, because Train Sim Classic is DirectX 9 or whatever, you could have like a 4090, 5090, and it really doesn't make much difference compared to sort of like someone having a lower end graphics card, because it's just the way the engine is. I mean, with a faster CPU, yeah, you can get a little bit more frames per second, but I mean, you know, but it's all just single core performance really. So you could have a crazy super duper PC and then have someone with a PC like mine, and to be honest, there probably won't be so much difference between FPS in some scenarios. Especially with all these crazy trains that they put in now with all the scripting and everything. I mean, it's not like, for example, like the differences you'll get in modern games, you know, where someone has a PC like mine and they're playing Cyberpunk versus somebody with the latest AMD processor and a 4090 or something. And obviously there's a big difference, but yeah, not so much in Train Sim Classic though. I don't know if memory will help in it again, because again, I don't think, you know, I don't know how Train Sim works with how it scales up with more memory. So if someone's got 16 gig versus 32 gigs, I don't think you really see a lot of difference in there either. You still get them out of memory errors, no matter how much memory you get. So, like I say, old game, DX9. Right, we've got 60 kilometres to go, which is about, what, 40 miles, I think, something like that. And then we'll be picking another job up here. As I said, I'm just trying to slowly head towards the UK over these streams. So I just started in, I think it was Italy, wasn't it? Was it Italy? No, Sardinia, I think I started in. And then we went from Sardinia to Cyprus yesterday, and then, or in the last stream. I don't think I was streaming yesterday, was I? But I really hope this just doesn't put Scott off, really, Tepic, because if he gets put off at the FPS, I can almost sort of see him getting to the point where he'll just sort of like wipe the slate and go, right, I'm going to start from scratch again, and then he'll just basically redo it all again. I'm not saying he'll do that, but I don't know. And then there'll be a lot of people in the community that will basically say, well, we did try and warn you. But, yeah. I mean, in a way, I'm glad that I can't route build on Train Sim, because I would probably get to a point where I'd want to build a route where everything was like super accurate, and then next thing is it would just go out of control. So in a way, I'm glad I can't do things. And I think that's the difference, isn't it? If you had a developer, see, if Scott had a developer like a third party, like Just Trains or DTG, then basically he wouldn't be able to have as much freedom. They would probably say to him, well, you're going to have to do this, this and this, and oh, and you've got a deadline, you've got like 3 months to get this route out. And so that would be it, but because he hasn't got no constraints as such, you know, he can just do what he likes. I think that's one reason why, you know, it's kind of got to the point it has, where it's just got very, very big, turned into a route monster. But yeah, looking forward to giving ATS a go. I've been driving a little bit of ATS offline. I did as I said earlier in this stream, I did a drive yesterday from Los Angeles to Little Rock. Took 2 hours real time as well. Because as I said, the cool thing about ATS is as they're adding more maps, the distances you can go get larger and larger. So yeah, it was about a 2-hour drive. I was literally just driving up that way just because, just so that when the new DLC comes out, I haven't really got very far to drive to go from there to the new DLC, which is what I'll probably be doing. I'll probably be starting from Little Rock and then driving into the new DLC from there, and then just do it from there, I think. Yeah, well, it was a bit like with Captain Jenks, wasn't it? When Captain Jenks was doing his route, you know, he would add little bits and pieces. He'd get people in the streams to sort of like say what they wanted, you know, did they want bits and pieces here, and then I could sort of see sometimes he'd put assets down, and then after a while he ummed and ahed about it. You know, I think he put some like vegetation down, didn't he? And then he did a drive, and then it was a bit choppy on the frame rate, so he got rid of the vegetation and then was trying to find some vegetation to replace it with that was a bit easier on the FPS and things. So hey Egbert, hello, nice to see you, welcome. We're on the second of 3 drives at the moment. I've just been taking these rocks from Greece to Albania, which is where we are at the moment. So I'm just going to be dropping these off, and then I'm just going to be picking another job, and then just heading off more towards the UK. They're only little short journeys I'm doing, like 300-400 kilometres a time. The first job was quite a short job. It was about 300-400 kilometres, but because some of it was ferry journeys, it wasn't too big. This was a longer job, the second one. Took a bit longer than I thought, but then that was because we're also going around a very bendy, windy road, which I think you missed out on, Egbert, a little bit. So, you remember, as I was saying the other day in the stream, where you had that desktop picture of a very bendy, windy road on a mountain? Well, in parts of the drive, it was very much like that on this driving along here as well. So, let's see what sort of drop off it's going to give me. Oh, we're literally just coming through here, and then we're going to drive into up here, so that's good. So yeah, this is just an easy drop off on this one today. As I said, I've got it set to auto. Oh, what's the word? Random parking. So every parking it changes to different, so it can make it an easy parking or a hard parking. Just depends. So there we go. We'll just drop that off there. Oops, went a bit over, so better come back. How are you anyway, Egbert? Hope you're well. Right, let's get rid of this. So I'm just driving a Renault today that I just got. I can't remember where I got it from. It might have been one I already had, or it might have been one I did up for some reason. It might have been because I bought some trailers and then they were just the trailers to match the colour scheme of the trailers. So there we are. So we got that one, and then we'll pick another one. So let's just see what we got in the area, which is Freight Market, because I'm on Pro Mods, so you can only do Freight Market jobs on Pro Mods. Right, we've got Stone Dust. Well, that's probably all the dust from all the stones that's got smashed up during my journey. Let's see what else. We got some wall carrots. Carrots to Barry. Canned iced coffee. I don't really want to go back towards the direction I'm going, so I want to kind of, if anything, head more to the UK. So as you see, we've got sealed bearings. Propane. That's going to Romania, so that's a little bit off course. Well, we got one to Cardiff, but I don't want to do Cardiff from one hit on this stream, so we'll have to forget about that. Dijon, though. Oof. Taking a tram to Dijon. See, that's not... I mean, it is the longest journey, but it's not super long, is it? I don't know how long that would take, though. But I did quite fancy the idea of taking a tram. So I might do that one. I mean, it just means we go through a bit of Italy and Switzerland, and then we get into southeastern France. I think I will pick that one up. We'll do it. We'll do this one. Let's take this tram. Let's just hope it's still there by the time I get to the end. Now, those of you that watched my first YouTube stream a couple of days ago to see my first job that I was taking was a tram, but it was an older tram, I think. This one looks a bit like more of a newer tram, although it still doesn't look very modern. It still looks like it might have been from like the 90s or something. But the other tram looked more like an 80s tram. I've got to turn around here because I was going the wrong way. Which is the usual for me. Talking of which, I thought for a minute that was railway related stuff on the back of that trailer there. Right, anyway, let's go and yeah, there's, well, just dropped off those stones or rocks or whatever, and then we'll go down here. So we got 4 kilometres to my pickup point. So I haven't driven through Italy for a little while actually, and don't forget this is Pro Mod, so sometimes you get little differences here and there compared to the base map, because they had originally done Italy in the past and then their own little version with bits and pieces mixed in from the official DLCs. So BTS petrol, interesting. Oh, looks like there's is that a Lamborghini on there? Looks like someone didn't pay for a parking ticket, or it broke down again. So, yeah. So I think what I need to do is I think we just go over to a ferry port nearby, and then from there we're going to drive to through Italy. No, I don't know where the nearest ferry port is. The nearest ferry port could be the one that I went through earlier, so we might have to go back along them windy roads again. I'm not really sure. I'll just have to see what the routing is like once I pick up, see what route it gives me. I do need to get some fuel as well, so while I'm just driving past I will get some fuel, and I'm also going to pop into the garage as well, because I did get a little bit of damage on my truck on the last job, so I'll just repair that damage as well that I've got. So, that'd be good. So we'll just pop in here and get some fuel at the Apis oil. Interesting. You think it would have been called olive oil, wouldn't you? Everyone's groaning there, I can hear it. Right. There's the metro bus. There we go, 540 litres. It's quite a lot. Pick up this tram anyway. First I just need to go into the little service area across the road. Looks like there's a lot of trucks going around carrying cars on the back. They obviously are very hot on their illegal parking in this area. A couple of people sitting outside watching the world go by. I was doing a little bit of that yesterday. I was in the garden with the sun, and at the same time I was watching a live stream of the solar eclipse, because obviously it wasn't very good to actually look at it with your eyes directly unless you had all the necessary equipment. So I was just watching the live stream, and then at the same time just sitting in the garden enjoying the sun, thinking, well, that's what the sun's doing above my head. I can just watch it. I can at least sort of feel part of it in a way. Not as fun as a total eclipse though, but yeah, interesting nonetheless. Right, let's do the service recommendations. Wow, 4,800 quid. Looks like I had more damage than what I thought. Well, it was only a partial one, airspeed. It wasn't a total one. It was just where, you know, a bit of the chunk of the sun was removed by the moon briefly. I think it was about half of it in the end. But yeah, it was about 11 o'clock yesterday morning, 11 o'clock midday. Right, let's go over here and get the pick the tram up. You missed the SpaceX thing too. Which one was that? There's been lots of SpaceX things. I don't think the people in the Caribbean are missing SpaceX, because every time it seems to be flying at the moment, it seems to be wanting to cause chaos while it's coming by. I'm talking about the Starship, not their normal launches. Oh yeah, you mean the SpaceX thing the other day with the yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry, I know what you mean now. You're talking about the where the left the little spiral thingy in the sky. Yeah, I know what you mean. I missed that as well, unfortunately. Okay. There's the tram. Oh, it's just the coach from the tram. Oh no, it's the front. It's the front section. Looks a bit 90s, I think, maybe. Might be a 90s or something like a tram from the 2000s, maybe. But, it's almost matching the truck, actually, the colour. It's white and that red. It's almost the same. Yeah, sorry, I wondered what you meant then. Oh look, there's another one over there as well, look. Oh wow. There's a yellow one. I wonder where that one was going. Well, this one will do. Oh, and they got a railway wagon as well. Seem to have quite a few railway things in this one. Yeah, I think that was very similar to the one I took in the other stream the other day, except the one that I had was just white. But I think it's the same kind of model. Tram. Right, so this is 1,700 kilometres. This is actually quite a long journey. Never mind. Oops. I think that was a little bit... Well, I think the tram might be in... probably might be in pieces by the time I get to the end here. Oh gosh, I've got to get out of one of these tight bends again. Oh no, this is going to be a nightmare to get out of. Especially with the way these trailers are. Oh dear, this is going to be interesting. Oh, see, we're already, yeah. I hate these trailers with all these wheels that turn as you're driving. Oof. Almost tipped it off before even leaving the yard. Yeah. Well, we haven't even got out the yard yet, airspeed. I mean, it might be... oh dear. I don't know how this is going to go. Because as soon as... The trouble with these is there's literally, as soon as you start turning, then it just goes off to the right. So I think the only way I'm going to be able to do this is I'll have to reverse. And then I'll have to go close to this wall here, I think, or a little bit closer to the wall, so that when it does start to spin right, it's not spinning right so much, but... Right, let's just try here. It's not going to be good. I think the only other thing I can do is maybe... just maybe turn around and reverse out of here, maybe. I'm just wondering if that's the best way to do it, is to literally just come out and reverse out of here. So if I can get it round here and then reverse it out, maybe. I think I'm going to do that, if I can. It even lets me... Oh, here we go. Right. We kind of got it out of there. It's a good job they don't have the sound of things scrunching, isn't it? Oh, bit drunk. Police will be stopping me in a minute. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Right, it gets really like... Oh dear. Right. I think that's it now. I think we're good. It's funny how quickly it can just get out of control. So there we are. Right. We got out of here. Now, am I going the wrong way? Or am I supposed to be going... No, I think this is the right way, isn't it? Oh gosh. Well, if it's not, it's not. Right. Yeah, I think we're going the right way. Right, here we go. We made it out at last. Oh, there's somebody... Oh, there's another railway coach. Oh, do you remember that one, Egbert? I remember there was loads of streams where we kept having that coach in there going past. It was almost like it was following me everywhere. Right, anyway, we're off now. It's even got a beacon on the back, look, warning everybody that I'm driving. They should really have a big sign on the back there, shouldn't they? Warning, CK driving or something. This is going to be fun going around this roundabout. coach halt. Yeah, exactly. It was like everywhere I went, that was like that coach appeared. I've got a feeling it also depends on what cargo I'm taking, because I'm taking something railway related, a bit more railway related trucks come past as well. Fear, that's about right, that sign there. Sitting on their own, look. But yeah, I like the way that the tram is almost matching my truck, colour wise. Right, anyway, let's get up to some speed. I can go up to 90 kilometres an hour on here. Whether or not my truck can actually do 90 kilometres an hour is another thing though. But, Griff oil. Interesting. Right. I'll just go up to about 80 and then I'll just put it onto cruise control from here. The only thing I don't like about that flyby, I wish that you could make it so you could just make it last longer. Because it literally just changes so often. It'd be nice if it was a bit like that cam view that you can have in Train Sim Classic. Where you can just like press the button and then you can press it again to sort of like, to release it, so then obviously you have more control over it. I just saw a diesel shunter go by on my left just now as well. So yeah, what I'll do is once it starts getting a little bit dark in game, I'll go and stop off somewhere and do a sleep, and just go from there. I've got a feeling we'll probably go on the ferry at some point, not unless this is going to take me the long way round. I haven't really looked at my route since I did it. The 8 cam, yeah, this cam, Egbert, you know, like in Train Sim you have a flyby view in Train Sim. I always call it the 8 cam because I think in Train Sim you press 8, so like you can then basically make the camera stay on the ground and then the train will go off in the distance, or you can sort of like, you know, move the camera around where you want it, so you can position the camera where you want, a bit like a drone cam in Flight Sim. So in Train Sim you press 4 to do the train flyby, but then when you press the 8 button you can then obviously make the camera become like a free roam camera. I mean, you've used it yourself a lot when you've been doing things. You know, when you did that, when you've been doing those videos, for example, for your intro, where you position the camera on a bridge or something. So that would have been using the 8 cam. But I mean, on Euro trucks you have an 8 cam, which is like a flyby cam. But the problem is with it, you can't turn it into a free cam on the spot. So it just updates every now and again, so you're driving along and then it will just keep changing on its own. But it'd be nice if you could just sort of like make it so that the truck went off into the distance a bit further before it would switch back again. That's what I mean, if that makes sense. I mean, you do have a cam like a drone cam on Euro trucks, but which I think is the 0 cam, I think, I remember. But I think you have to go into dev mode to get that access to that camera. So So I don't know if we're actually going to be going on a ferry over to Italy, or whether or not it's going to take us all the way up through Croatia and all through that way. To wait and see. As I said, I don't want to look on the map because I don't want to spoil the surprise. Because part of me is kind of intrigued if we're going on the ferry, and part of me isn't. So if it's going to route us all the way around the long way, so be it. It might be doing that because the ferry journey would take more time. Because if I've got it set for a quick route, it's probably thinking, well, it's quicker for you to drive round than for you to get the ferry, because the ferry would take many hours. So, and then you could drive those hours instead. So I don't know. Actually, I think there might be a. No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just waffling again. Waffling Sunday. Looks like we're near to Tokyo now. Look at that tower there. But yeah, I am looking forward to the new DLC coming out for American trucks next week. Be nice to drive around it. I'm not going to be looking at many preview streams of it. I know people have already started to do preview streams of the DLC. Some people have already got it early. But I like to just... I mean, I've seen some screenshots of it, but apart from screenshots, you know, and that's about as much as I've seen. So I'm just... I just like to explore the DLC from my own, like from my first playthrough, if that makes sense. Oh, did I just hit you? Sorry about that. Sorry. They'll be on Facebook later. Somebody has dented my car. You get it, don't you, on Facebook? You get. I was parked in a parking space, and someone's dented my car. Which DLC is it? It's the oh, what's it called now? Can't even remember what it's called now. It's one of the state DLCs. It's got St. Louis in it, and it begins with M, if I remember. So if you do a Google search for St. Louis, what state St. Louis is in, it's basically that one. So you got the St. Louis arch in there, isn't it? I did say what it was the other day. Caught on dash cam. Well, the police are here and they're not doing anything. So. Oh, look, there's a little railway line over there, look. Or was that a tram? Is that a tram, Ray, actually? Could be tram, because now it's going onto the road. So maybe it's a tram. Maybe we might see it. Or we might not. It depends. Depends how lucky we are. Actually, no, I think it's just a railway line that's going into the dock, so it's probably just one of those railway lines that just goes across the main road for a bit, you know, like you get that in some places. Guessing we've got to come round here, have we? Oh, we're talking about port. Right, so okay, we are getting the port, so we are going to be getting a ferry. So we just got to choose wisely. And obviously... if I can get a ferry direct from here to Dover, that would be great. Well, it wouldn't really be great because that's nowhere near where I'm going anyway. But security check passed. Yeah. So I might have to have a quick look on the map. But the only thing is that this ferry journey might be Don't know how many hours long it'll be there. Yeah, we'll see. I might have to have another sleep once I get off the other end, because it might, as I said, I don't really want to drive in the middle of the night on a stream. I don't mind doing it when I'm not streaming. I don't mind driving at night then. It's just for stream. It's just very hard to see things. Unless the place that you're driving around is quite well lit, so if you're driving through like cities and stuff, it's not too bad. Right, anyway, let's park up here and then go through some more checks. Yeah, as I said, I'm just trying to work out what year this tram's from. I'm guessing like 90s, 2000s. Let's get on the ferry anyway. Right, so let's see where we can go to. We can go to Ancona, which is up there, or we can go to Bari, which is there. One takes 18 hours, one takes 9 hours. Just debating which one to do, because obviously I'll probably do this one up to Ancona actually. Because we've still got quite a bit of a journey to do, because we've still got to go from here all the way to Dijon, I think it was, wasn't it? Or Lyon, or somewhere around there. '80s is your guess. Yeah, I think it's something like that anyway. Late '80s maybe, 90, something like that. Okay. How do I get off the ferry? Do I get off the ferry? Do I drive off there? It looks like that can't be right, because the road looks like it's on a... Hey? How do I get off here? How do I get on the ferry? How am I supposed to get off the ferry? How am I supposed to get off here? Oh dear. I'm like on the top deck. How did I get up there? I know there's a slope, but oh my gosh. How did... I think I must have found a bug. Bug found. I'd like to know how I got up to the top anyway. I was literally at the bottom. I'm literally supposed to just drive straight off. Well, this is going to be fun, everybody. Right, anyway. Yeah. Well, we'll have to do what we do in Train Simulator. And that's a bit of reversing, I think. A ramp behind me. There's a ramp behind me. Yeah, I know there's... you mean this, don't you? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I mean, this is the back of the ship. I mean, there's no other way you can get off. You'll just have to just come down that. That's why I'm reversing. Right, anyway, never mind. I think it accidentally, when I spawned in, it's put me on the top deck and I was on the bottom. So I don't know. supposed to do that. I'm hoping I can even get down that ramp. If not, I might have to do a bit of cheating as a last resort. Hopefully I won't have to do that, but we'll see. See how this gets on. Oh, it's not too bad. It's just about enough space there. There we are. Not too bad in the end. just added another half an hour onto the stream. I'm hoping this is the right way. Yeah, you did. I think I was in the, I think I was just single truck though, wasn't I? Do you remember I was exploring an island, and I think I just had the cab. I think it was with the Grease DLC when it first came out, and I just had a single cab and I was driving around the truck in free roam mode. And I think I remember you saying, oh, can you go up that slope? And I just said, well, let's see, and then I drove up it. But obviously it was supposed to have spawned me in on the ground floor when it put me on the next one. I don't know if it was because of the trailer I've got. Maybe it was to do with the trailer I was driving. So I don't think it should have put me up on the top deck, because obviously I was on the bottom deck when I started my ferry journey, if that makes sense. Or maybe they did it like that in Pro Mods just to make you take it. No, I meant as in like a truck without a trailer, Katie, that's what I meant. Like, you know, it didn't have a trailer, so it was just like the truck on its own. Whatever you want to call it. Right. Oh look, there's some nice buffers there, look. Alright, at least it's daytime again. A tractor unit, yes. Although it's still called a truck, isn't it, really? Right, through Italy we go anyway. There's a nice bit of railway stuff going on there. while. As I said before, I've been to... you need to play this more. Yeah, they do bring out updates quite often, Tepic, really, every few months. The next update will be out soon for Euro Trucks. And they're revamping the Benelux area now. So they've done Germany, they've done Switzerland and Austria. So all the base map stuff, they're going through and revamping it to make it look more up to date. So they're doing the Benelux area now, so that's Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. And then once they've done the Benelux area, they'll probably move on to the UK base map, so then that won't look so, well, as it looks like these days, because it's very dated and old now. So this on the back isn't part of the base game though. This is a mod that I've got, which basically adds a lot of railway cargo. So you get coaches and wagons and things, and some locomotives that you can haul. Now there is a locomotive that you can haul in ETS, but you need to have the heavy cargo pack, and I think it's like a German shunter loco that you can sometimes take around. I did have a mother mod. Which allowed you to take like class 47s and class 40s and that as cargoes, and Mark III coaches and things, but unfortunately that mod hasn't been updated for such a long time that it's not compatible with the later versions of ETS now. So I'd have to roll my game version back to a very older version of the game so that I could actually run that mod now. Unfortunately, the guy that did the mod hasn't really updated it for a long time. Otherwise I would have that mod installed instead, because I used to love that, you know, taking a steam engine or some Mark III coaches, or a mod, like a BR Blue UK diesel train or whatever. It was almost like you were taking things to railway galas, where they transport them around on truck and trailer. But because we'll be going through Switzerland, we will be going through like the new version of Switzerland they've done in the last few game updates. So the whole Switzerland map has changed a lot since the original one. And of course, if I wasn't, sometimes when I'm not streaming, then I'd have a bit of music going on in the background, because obviously Euro Trucks has like radio stations you can listen to and things. There's that coach again. Bologna. You have a wheel and everything. Yeah. I think the trouble is though, is like what the problem is, if you've got like lots of different setups, it can be a pain, isn't it? Because if you've got like with Katie, she's got flight sim stuff, and then she's got a wheel, but then it's like you have to disconnect some of things to make space for the other. Which for me is a lot easier, because I've just got a gamepad, so that's all I have is a gamepad, and that doesn't take up a lot of desk space really, a gamepad. Yeah, exactly, Katie, this is the problem, isn't it really? Balkan Loco, interesting. I mean, I suppose if I was mega rich, what I would do is I would just have like a gaming room in my house, and then I would literally have a different PC set up for different games. So I would have like one PC that was just for racing games, another PC for flight sim, and then another PC just for games where you don't have to have loads of controllers everywhere. So they'd probably all be identical spec, but it would just be like for different things. Probably have a VR PC set up as well, just to have VR. You're going to get a dedicated room. Oh, a bit like, what do they call them? A man cave. Tepic's man cave, in a way. Hey, Popcorn, hello, how are you? It's CK live on a I can't see the rest of that because of the heart symbol on my mobile phone for chat. But yeah, hello Popcorn, how are you? Doing a drive. We're taking a tram because I know how much you love trams. So I'm taking the tram back for you, back to the game developer, because he wanted a refund of the tram, so I'm taking the tram back for you. And yeah, good to see you. We've been passing a few earlier on. We were passing a few Pepsi trucks, so I said to Paul, who was here at the time, that that was probably you driving the Pepsi truck, although I wasn't sure because I said the Pepsi truck wasn't weaving in the road so much, so I didn't know if it really was you or not. But yeah, this is the second live stream in a way that I've done on YouTube. I've done some in the past, long time ago, but not so much. But I've just been wanting to do some live streams. So I'm in Pro Mods at the moment, and we're just driving through Italy. And we started off on in Albania, and then I got stuck on a ferry about 20 minutes ago. And literally just going to be driving through Italy, then a bit of France, and then a little bit of Switzerland, and then dropping off in France. So yeah. And interestingly enough, I didn't know what my cargo was going to be like when I picked it up, but you can see the colour of it. It goes quite well with my truck. You can see I have the same issue as you when I'm driving outside of my truck. I tend to go all over the place. But yeah, anyway, good to see you. It'll be the wife's as well. Different name will be needed. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what it would be called then. You could just, I suppose you could just take the word man out and just call it the cave. There's a Hershey's van that can disappear off into the distance. Go away, Hershey's, I don't like you. Your wheel is working on Taxi Life, thanks for the heads up. Oh really? That's great. So what did you do? Did you have a look at the video and just see what settings the guy was going through in the menus? I'm glad you got it working. I do like that. It's funny. I always like to sort of like to see things, and then I just sort of like, you know, just like to help people get up and running again. It's a bit like I was watching someone doing a flight sim stream the other day. And it wasn't a live video, it was just a video that they'd posted as a recording. And one thing I noticed was when he was landing, only one of his reversers was working when he was landing. And so I just mentioned it in a comment. I know it sounds very Armchair Alfie like, but it wasn't meant to be. It was just more like, you know, to something I noticed, and he was very grateful because he hadn't realised, and he'd done quite a few videos, and it was landing, and it was only one of his reversers wasn't working, so he fixed it, and then he was quite happy because he said, "Oh, that probably explains why some of my landings have been a bit crazy." Hello, you're gonna smash into me? No, that's good, my fault. So yeah. No, it just works. Oh, okay. Well, there you go then. I don't know. Who knows? The mysteries of the universe, popcorn. Mysteries of the universe. Well, there you go. At least you'll be able to do some more content of Taxi Life then. CK. Oh, it's a bit close to something out of Two Shades. Oh. Two Shades. Oh dear, it's all going on outside. It's the weekend, isn't it? People always act up. Very quiet. See, as soon as you come in this view, all my steering just goes out the window, doesn't it? 50 Shades. Well, you know, I was just thinking if you were just thinking black and white there, Tepek, because that's basically like two shades, isn't it, really? Well, it's more than that, but, you know, black and white. But there's all the shades of grey. The 50 Shades of Grey, that is. You might get ideas. So yeah, anyway, lots of grey roads on there because, as I said, I haven't really driven much around on Pro Mods in Italy, so there's a lot of grey roads here. My other profile got a lot more roads done on this. To be honest, I don't really know what differences there are between the Pro Mods Italy and this Italy, because as I said, it's like Pro Mods tends to take a mixture of little bits and pieces, and so unless I had like both running together, I don't know what the differences are. Maybe the road textures might be a bit different, some of the signage might be a bit different. Beauty and the Beast. Interesting little road layout along here as well. 776 kilometres still to go. So as I said, those of you that have just joined the stream, this is the third drive I've done this morning. I did the first drive was I can't even remember what I was taking in the first drive now, but it was quite a short one because we literally went from one Greek island to another. I can't remember what I was taking now. Was it the drill that I took first thing? Can't even remember. Oh yeah, that was it. It was the drill. Yeah, I was taking the drill. So I was taking like this mining drill to from one island to another, and then from there took some rocks from that Greek island to Albania. That's right. And there was a very nice mountain road that we went along. So if you watch the VOD back, you'll see it. Very windy road along some mountains. Talking of the Beast, I have to collect Taxi Driver, Taxi Life. Back in an hour if you're here. I really don't know, Tepik. I mean, all I'm doing is I'm just going to be finishing off this journey, and then I'll literally be finishing. And there's probably about half an hour's driving left, I think. As I said, on American Trucks I did a journey the other day which was like 1,700 miles, I think, and that took 2 hours in real time. And as I said, that's the thing about Euro trucks, American trucks with all the states, is that every time they bring out a state, the journey tends to get longer from one side to another. So you can imagine how long the journeys will be once they have all the state maps out. If you've already got the mod out there for ATS, which is, what's it called? The one that covers all of America. You can do a journey from, say, East Coast to West Coast, and that takes quite a few hours to do, driving in game. There's a Red Bull truck just gone past there. Just a little railway station we're going past over there. Well, actually no, it's not a railway station, it's just the high-speed fences they put up for noise reduction. Taxi Tepic. $850 miles an hour, those young trucks or something else. Yeah, I was doing that the other day because it was literally like I went from Los Angeles to Little Rock, and I was thinking about maybe doing the same journey in Flight Sim, but I said to myself, well, it's going to take more than 2 hours in Flight Sim. Just trying to think of what the flight time from Los Angeles to Little Rock would be. Probably 3 hours, maybe 3.5. So yeah, because of the map scale and everything, you can get around a lot quicker. Oh, there's talking about trains, there's this one going by over there. Some tankers. Yeah, no worries, thanks Tepic. Another train as well going past, and there's a plane, so we got planes, trains and automobiles. All sounds a bit like a film, doesn't it? Planes, trains and automobiles. Unfortunately we don't have boats anywhere because it looks like the river's dried up, so no boats along there. Could have had them all, could have had everything there. Alright, 4:45, it's starting to get a little bit dark now, so probably be getting a sleep soon once it gets a little bit darker. I'll be using my super duper mode to go to sleep. As in, like, I can just sleep where I want to, rather than having to find a sleep place on the map. Just deciding what to do up here with all this traffic. I don't think the traffic knows what it's doing either. Sort of a bit stop and start. Got a Scania, I think, coming past in a minute. Another wagon train coming past as well. Like I say, because I'm using a mod that's got a lot of railway transportation stuff on it, I think what happens is because I'm hauling a tram, then more cargo shows up with railway related stuff on. Nice bridge over there, isn't it? Oh, we got a Renault, is that a Magnum, I think, isn't it, coming up? Right, we're just going past Lombardy. That's another thing I like about Pro Mods, is when you go through different regions, it shows up on that map on the right there. It tells you what region you're going through of the country. I'm trying to think if Pro Mods, if I remember rightly, it tells me when I'm going through different states, different counties, I mean. I don't know if it does or not because of the map scale, because you literally only drive for about a minute and then they're going for another county again. So I think it just shows the countries for the UK on ProMods, so it'll tell you when you're in England and Wales. I think I'll have to keep an eye on that next time I go past again. Right, I'm just coming up to the toll booth. And let me go through that one, or is it closed? No, this is the only one that's open. So, oh, I've just been cut up. Well, thanks a lot. You're all cutting me up. Oi, come on. Can't have none of this. Oi, that's it. Terrible. Out my way. Come on. Oi, move it. Come on. A bit of CK road rage. Right, quickly, let's get in there quick. Come on, quick. Don't you cut me up. Me next. Nice pair. Yeah, I think they're somebody's Christmas decorations, you know, for their Christmas tree there, Egbert. You know, they're from the... you know, I keep telling you everything was bigger back in the day. I think those ones are from the 1970s, those Christmas tree baubles. I think they're going to get a repaint, I think. A repainted Christmas bauble for their tree. Right, anyway. Where are we going now? Got no idea. Which is nothing new. Are we going this way? We're not going to Milan, are we? No, I don't know. I think we've got to come this way, actually. Yeah, we're going to go this way. I don't like having the GPS on, some of you. I know some of you, when you're driving in Euro trucks, you might have that little voice. Turn left, turn right. Go upside down. Do a U-turn. I don't have all that stuff. It was fun when it first came out. It was fun that you could get mods that originally, when it first came out, that were kind of like rips from like real world GPS units. So there was like Top Gear voices, Jeremy Clarkson and everything, and James May, and then obviously they all got banned. So now you just have to like have the normal voices. You need it. Turn left, turn right. Go upside down. Do a barrel roll. Crash into the tree. Look at chat. And crash. No, not for me. Right, I'm going to be stopping on the road in a minute. Because it's getting a bit dark, and as I said, I don't mind driving in the dark when I'm not streaming, but when I'm streaming it doesn't look so nice driving in the dark, so I'll find a place to park up in a minute and have a sleep. Although I do feel a bit bad having a sleep at 7 in the evening, but there we are. Oh, there is a place coming up here. Oh dear. I think we're alright for a few more minutes. I think I might need to come off the road in a sec. I'm going to go into the middle just because that's probably the best place for you to go popcorn. It's a top tip for you, popcorn. If you're driving, just go in the middle, because when you look at chat, then obviously you've got more room to manoeuvre in, you see. If you're over on this side and you're looking at chat, then obviously when you go to the left, then obviously there's a wall that's a lot nearer to you than if you're in the middle. So that's my tip of the day. CK's chat tip. just go in the middle. I could have gone off there actually. I've just noticed there's a rest stop there. Never mind. We'll just carry on going up the road for a bit longer. And then I can always just pull over at the side of the road if I want to sleep. Oh gosh, I'm speeding again. Look at that, terrible. 80 kilometres an hour. Any faster and I'll be going through the sound barrier. Or going through a barrier anyway. If I keep on like this. Look at that. Disco lights. Tram disco. Well, I think I'll have to think about having a sleep in a minute. Definitely try it. Yeah. Yep. Another thing, Popcorn, did you know that you can open and close the windows? I think I mentioned it before, but in Euro trucks you can open and close the windows. So you can have like lots of sound coming in from outside. You can't probably pick it up. So now you've got a lot more wind noise, and then you can close the windows up. And then it's very quiet. Just like when you're in your car. So I like to have my windows half open, just to get a lot of sound in. Or something like that. Open that one, open that one. And you're probably wondering, how is CK doing that? Well, if you stick around, I might show you at the end how you do it. Get some more of those truck sounds in. Right, I think I need to stop in a minute. I'm just going to try and find an appropriate... Oh, look at that. That's perfect. There's a sleeper place coming up. Brilliant. Right on the border with Switzerland. That's good. Well, we'll do it. We'll have a little sleep on the Swiss border then. In fact, what I might do actually is before I have a sleep, I'll just show you while you're here, because I think that's a bit mean to make you have to watch my whole stream just to see something there, Popcorn. So what I'll do is I'll show you in a minute. Right, we'll just park here. Just got to go through the border first. Then I'll park up. Oh, Coca-Cola. Popcorn won't like that. That'll be going off the edge of this cliff. Right, we'll just park here briefly, and then we'll go into the passport control in a minute. Just want to make sure that I'm not in anyone's way here. Right, before I have my sleep, basically what it is, Popcorn, is by default they don't have any keys assigned to the windscreen. There is controls for it, but there's no keys assigned. So if you go to keys and buttons, and then you scroll down, you'll see something for windows here. See, you get interior, open right window, close right window, open left window, close left window. So what I do is I have mine for my keyboard assigned to my numeric keys on the right hand side. So I have, for example, I use 3 to open the right window, and then use number 9 on the keyboard, on the numeric keyboard on the right hand side to close. So take a note of that. I don't know, maybe take a screenshot of that or whatever. But all you need to do is, by default, these aren't assigned, and then if you assign keys to these, then you can use those keys on the keyboard. Then you can open your windows, basically, and close them. So that's how you do it. Right. So then you can use those. Right. Let's just have a quick sleep. I'm gonna use my way of sleeping using the dev mode, because sometimes I don't want to sleep for as many hours as what they want to in game. So I want to get up again about 5 o'clock in the morning. So that's so I can just put in. Actually, no, 6 o'clock. So if I set time to 6, then it will wake me. Then it'll go on to 6 o'clock. There we go. So it's just very handy. Because otherwise, if I'd done a normal sleep, I probably would. My first sleep would have probably gone to about 2 in the morning, and then if you do too many, because I think the sleeps are in like 8-hour blocks or whatever it is, I can't remember. But this way, doing it this way for me just gives me more customization of how long I actually want to sleep for. So you know, if I go to a sleep spot at 3 in the morning, then I can just say, well, sleep till 6. Yeah, no worries. If you get stuck, just message me, and I can do it. All, as I said, all you need to do really is just go on my YouTube video to that point on the screen where you see the keyboard things. Of course, now I'm getting trouble getting out of here now. Here we go. It's just such a pain with these trailers. Because the trouble with these trailers is that the back wheels move as you're moving at the same time, so you start to go around a bend and then it goes a bit crazy. But anyway, let's do the border check. So anyway, it's good that it's morning now, because then you get to see a little bit more Switzerland. It's better than seeing Switzerland at night time, especially as this Switzerland has been revamped from the base map Switzerland. Because the base map Switzerland, which was very old, all got revamped recently. Can't remember which version. I think it was up to the last version of Euro Trucks where they released it all. I think they redid Austria and Switzerland anyway. So we're going to go through this big tunnel here. But yeah, it does make a little bit of a difference, especially acoustically, because you can hear a lot more of the sounds of the truck. And the sounds, if you like the sounds of the vehicles going by and things like that, or if you're at a railway crossing and you can hear a train coming along, then it sounds a lot louder once you open the windows. But if you open the windows too much, then it's a bit like when you're in a car when you get all the wind noise muffling. And you can close the windows up. Obviously everything goes quiet again. But of course you probably can't hear it so much on there because I've got the game sounds quite low compared to my voice, whereas obviously when you're playing this on your own you can have the game sounds as loud as you want. So you'll notice the difference a lot when you're having the game sounds on full on. Right, 460 kilometres to go. So what I'm going to try and do in these streams on YouTube is I'm slowly making my way up to the UK, and so we've got up to sort of southeastern France. So in the next stream I'll probably do on the with Pro Mods, probably head into the UK, and then I'll probably go over to Iceland as well, go up to Iceland, and then do a job from, say, Iceland over to Scandinavia, to the top of Norway, Sweden, etc. So we've still got 439 kilometres, which isn't too far away now. I think it's about, what, 300 miles now. Not too bad. But anyway, it's just nice to be streaming on YouTube, to be honest. As I said, I've posted videos but I haven't really done any streaming on it, so yeah, it's nice to do a bit of streaming on YouTube. The majority of my streaming will still be on Twitch though, and as I said in the stream yesterday, I don't really want to have it so that I do a stream where both streams are on both, because then it's harder to keep hold of chat. So what I'll probably do is just do unique streams for YouTube and do unique streams for Twitch. And then any Twitch streams I do, they can still go on YouTube as normal. I don't think I can export YouTube streams to Twitch, so I know I can do it the other way around. It's quite easy to do in Twitch. You just go and click a button that says export to YouTube and it does it. Let's go this way. Right, we just missed a train going past as well, unfortunately. It just was literally just out of camera sight. Going into another big tunnel. Oh, I think this is the longest tunnel in the world, isn't it, this one? Well, in real life it would be. In ETS it's not so long because of the game scale, but it's still a very long tunnel. I think this is the Gotthard. Is it Gotthard tunnel? Very long. I think in real life it's like, what, 20 miles long or something? Yeah, we can look it up on Google anyway. Very long tunnel. Obviously on here it's not so long, just because of the game scale. It might be less than that, it might be like 10 miles long, but it's pretty long anyway. It's still a long tunnel. No, saying that, the Channel Tunnel's quite long as well, isn't it, really? Anyway, just going through here. Through the Swiss Alps. But yeah, you'll I don't know, you've probably seen bits of Pro Mods before, but the UK is a lot different on Pro Mods. London is got a lot of things in it. You've got a lot of Wales and Scotland as well. I mean, you have those areas in the normal Eurotrack space map, but I mean, it's completely different when you're driving around in these areas in Pro Mods. It's like night and day. But as I said, it would be nice when SCS actually do a proper revamp of the UK themselves. But at the moment, they're just starting to work on the Benelux area, which is Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. So it'd be interesting to see when they get over to the UK and what they do with it, and what they're going to do as well. Because obviously, I think they really need to do Ireland as well. So whether or not they'll do Ireland as part of that update as well. Because of the game scale, they can't really have Ireland as an individual DLC, because there's not really a lot to it because of the game scale. So you wouldn't be able to do a lot of Ireland. Definitely not enough to charge people for it. So I think as part of the UK revamp, they'll probably do Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland as part of it. You've not flown for almost a month. All right. So when was the last time I did a flight? I'm trying to think now. A few days ago, I think I went to... do you know what? I can't even remember where I went. In an airliner, I mean. I'm trying to think, where did I go? I went there. I think it was I know, it was Gatwick to Aberdeen, that's right. Yeah, I went from Gatwick to Aberdeen, and then I went back from Aberdeen to Gatwick again, I think. Something like that. And then I did a flight in a sort of Cessna thing the other day, because I've just been trying out the Sim Update 2 beta for Microsoft 2024. Now, a lot of people had issues with the first version of the beta that come out. But yeah, I've just been but that's people with third-party planes like the Fenixes and the InnyBuild things, and I didn't really have any third-party planes installed, so I didn't really get affected as much as what other people did. They have released a new update to the beta now, so there's like a new version of Beta 2 out now. Are you bringing... I'll have to have a look. Flight Sim. The only problem with Flight Sim I have, Popcorn, is my PC is very old. So it's not too bad when I'm not streaming, but when I do stream Flight Sim, it's not exactly the best on frame rates compared to sort of like other games. So I'm always a bit worried about streaming Flight Sim or streaming it. There are videos out. If you look on YouTube, there was a Twitch stream I did a few weeks ago where I think I flew to Southend in Flight Sim. It's not too bad, but it's not exactly brilliant either, not compared to other content creators with their beast PCs and things. But normally when I do my Flight Sim streams, they're just more sort of like to a, you know, just to my viewers really, just for fun. So I'm not really streaming Flight Sim to sort of like get loads of viewers in to watch. It's just more like just for my current viewers to have a laugh with. So I might do the odd Flight Sim stream, but I'll probably just keep them on Twitch. Although it'd be interesting to see what the hit is, but I'm guessing because I'm still going through OBS, it's probably the same sort of like frames hit that I get anyway on YouTube. But yeah, exactly. Oh, come on, truck. I need to get out of there. Stay in that lane. Very naughty. So I'll just have to see how it goes, really, Popcorn. I mean, I do like Flight Sim. I just like to have a mess around with it, really. I do like to mess around with it, you know. There's a lot of people that get really serious about Flight Sims, whereas I'm just sort of like treat it as a bit more fun most of the time. Although I've always got that thing at the back of my mind when I do Flight Sim that someone's going to come in chat and then basically tell you that you shouldn't be doing this or should be doing that. And then that's why it sort of puts me off flying a little bit, to be honest. Because I like to just do things my own way. Sometimes mess about or whatever. Yeah, that's good, Katie. It's good that you're living by the seaside now, so at least you get some sea air all the time, which is good. So I have to see, Popcorn. As I said, if I had a better spec PC, then yeah, definitely would stream it a lot more. But I'm always just worried when I'm streaming it, because sometimes I just feel like it just doesn't come across very well sometimes. I mean, I'll probably still be doing my drifting streams on Twitch, because drifting streams aren't too bad because there's not really a lot going on in a drifting stream. It's literally like you're in a plane with a parachute, and there was a nice little bus there going past, and I was hoping it was going to be a Flix bus or something. They sometimes pop up. But anyway, yeah, drifting streams, they're not too bad because literally the plane's moving very slowly, so the scenery's just updating quite slowly as well. So they're not too bad. It's just sometimes I do streams with lots of add-ons, and then you get a lot of AR, other planes in the background, and then that can really cause frames. I mean, you watch some people when they've got very good PCs and 4090s or whatever, and when they're playing in VATSIM, for example, their frames, or very good detailed airport scenery, their frames can even dip into like the 20-30 frames per second. And then those people then have to get a separate PC just to do streaming on, you know, get a streaming card. So, you know, if those people with those spec machines are kind of sometimes getting like 20-30 FPS playing, then you can imagine, like for someone like me, what the frames will get to. And add the no back seating label. No. That's why sometimes though when I do stream Flight Sim, I always put the game title on Twitch to some obscure title just to stop people from coming in. Like Flight Simulator on the ZX Spectrum or something. Because, you know, I just like all my viewers that follow me to come in, you know, because they're all the people that know me all the time. I, you know, always get worried that you're going to get some sort of like flight sim nerd come in and say, oh, you shouldn't be doing it like this, you shouldn't be doing it like that, you shouldn't be starting engine 1 first, you should be starting engine 2 first, and you shouldn't be doing it like this. And then it's just like, doing it my way, the CK way. If you don't like it, well, there's the door. But anyway. But yeah, I probably will do the odd stream on the thing. I mean, if you look back on YouTube, I think I've done some of my AI plane spotting streams on YouTube in the past now and again. Which are quite cool. Well, we got 194 kilometres left to go. I don't even know if we're in France yet. I don't think we are we? I think we're still in Switzerland. So I haven't really got a clue where I am. Because once I start going off on one, then everything just vanishes. I still don't even know how I managed to get to where I am. I've not even been... surprised I haven't crashed into a tree. Oh dear. But yeah, you know, sometimes what I do like to do in flight sim as well is just take flights around my local area, because I love that, because I know a lot about my local area. Well, I don't know a lot, but obviously you know a lot more about your local area when you live near there. So I like to do sort of flights along the coast, you know, fly to Isle of Wight, fly along Sussex and go past Beachy Head. And obviously did some balloon flights. Do you remember the windy weather? We did a balloon flight. Was it from the Isle of Wight somewhere? We went somewhere and very windy. So, you know, I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes. But definitely some Train Sim Classic streams. Train Sim World. That'll be in the next stream I'm doing on YouTube. Will be a Train Sim World 5 stream from basically just going from London Victoria to Brighton and then back to London again. But I'll probably do free roam, where I just get a random train. I'll probably do a pacer, so I'll just get a free roam, a pacer, and then we'll just stop at all the random stations all the way to Brighton. You know, slow coach, all the trains will get stuck behind me or whatever because of me going so slow, and then probably pick another train to go back on. Hey, hello, well, hey, Kev, hello. CK on YouTube. Yeah, I've only just started doing YouTube videos, as in live streaming. Yeah, I think this is probably the second stream I've done. Neverland is awesome, and Tias. Yeah, a lot of people have said that that route is very good. All talking about trains. Look there, popcorn. Look at that. There's a Swiss train now, I think, just going along. There we are. That's pretty cool. Right, let's get going again. Probably got a big traffic jam behind me now. But yeah, it's just something new, Kev, really. As I said, I've got videos on YouTube, but I've never really streamed on YouTube as such. How's it going? Well, this is only my second stream, so it's such. But there are some people that that basically like to just not go on Twitch so much, so they tend to be on YouTube more. So I just thought, well, I'll just do some streams, because I know there's some that just like to be YouTube more. Be more on YouTube, so it's just basically just to stream a bit more, and we'll just see how it goes, really. So I'll still be streaming on Twitch, but it'll just be the oh gosh. And yeah, almost got oh, this is a nice little little area here, isn't it? This is where the border is between France and Switzerland. But no, I haven't switched over to YouTube. I'll still be doing Twitch streams. I'll still be streaming on Twitch, Kev. It's just probably be like 70-30, so it'll still be like 70% of my streams will be on Twitch, and then 30% will be on YouTube. So if I do, like if I'm streaming, out of every 10 streams, probably two or three will be on YouTube, and then the rest will still be on Twitch. Right, just coming into France now. Got about I don't know how many kilometres left to go. 142, so that's about 80 miles, isn't it? Something like that. So yeah, there we go. We've got a French TGV now. Now we're in France. We're back to French trains. Went quickly from Swiss to French trains, just like that. Yeah, it does in Pro Mods. Yeah, that's a Pro Mods thing. Popcorn. So in Pro Mods, when you go through different areas, it will come up on the little map to tell you which area you just entered. So that's quite good. So it's not a base game thing; it's a Pro Mods thing. There's another. There's the TGV just gone in the tunnel there. So, for example, when I was driving through Italy, it came up to tell me I was driving through like the Lombardy area and stuff. It's the same with Germany as well. When you go through different areas of Germany, it'll pop up. And I'm trying to remember what happens in Pro Mods when you go through the UK. I don't think it does it by counties though, because of the game scale. You literally would only be driving for a couple of minutes and then you'd be in another county again. So I think when you're driving through the UK on Pro Mods, I think it's only when you go into different countries, like when you drive to Wales, it'll tell you in Wales, and when you're in Scotland. So anyway, we're back in the French DLC now. But yeah, it's going all right, Kev. As I said, I think you need. I think on YouTube, I can't remember, but I think on YouTube you have to have at least 500 subscribers, don't you, before you can monetize. As someone mentioned earlier about super chats, I think. But we'll see how that goes. I don't mind doing things like super chats. I don't mind that. I just don't like the whole Twitch affiliate thing and subs and all that sort of stuff. But I would probably monetize YouTube. Probably. I don't know. We'll have to see. I've got to get to 500 subscribers first before worrying about that. But as you know, I'm not really into worrying about gaining subs. I've never been like that. I'm a very rare breed, I think. I like to stream because it's fun, but that's just me. Probably just why I'm so poor and skint. Because I'm not what you would call a very good businessman. I should be doing cryptocurrency, shouldn't I? A CK Sim Gaming coin. Yeah, but like a Bitcoin or something. Invest in CK Sim Gaming coin, only £1 a coin. It'll grow, you'll be very rich. As if. Yeah. Anyway, we've got 66 kilometres to go. So anyway, this will just be a series that I'm doing on YouTube with ProMob. So this will just be like a YouTube only thing. what I'm doing at the minute. Of course, I'll still be doing truck driving in Twitch as well, but what I mean is this series where I'm actually driving in pro mods through Europe towards the UK, etc. That'll just be a YouTube thing. So I'll still be doing ETS2 on Twitch, but that will be, you know, probably on the base map, doing something else. Stream because you enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's always how I've always been, really, Popcorn. Ever since I started streaming, I could have become a Twitch affiliate a long time ago, but I've just never really fancied it, to be honest. I like the fact that people can watch me on Twitch, and you know, they can watch me ad free now. You know, other people affiliate and that. So, you know, what they do is what they want to do. So. But yeah, I just like playing the games, really. Yeah. Of course, when I first started on Twitch, though, they didn't have affiliate. Affiliate came, I think it's about 2 years after I started on Twitch. To earn money on Twitch, you had to be a Twitch partner, and that's obviously a different ball game to become a Twitch partner. It's a lot harder. And then Twitch then brought out the affiliate system, where you could be an affiliate. So then the goalposts were lowered a little bit. So, you know, you had to have, I think it was 100 followers on Twitch, and then you had to do a certain amount of hours streaming, and then once all that criteria was ticked, then obviously you could get the little get all the bits and all them other things that they do. But yeah. But as I said, Super Chat's a little bit different, because if someone wants to like Super Chat and want to spend a little bit of money to send me a message as a Super Chat, then obviously that's a little bit different. So I don't mind. I'll probably do that if I get to that point on YouTube. If people want to do a Super Chat, it's up to them. Anyway, we're almost coming to the end here. We're almost at the software company, and with Popcorn's tram that's been taken back to Dijon. Oh, look, there's somebody's taking their cable car back as well. They obviously played Cable Car Simulator. They obviously didn't like that one either. I don't think a Cable Car Simulator would be very exciting, would it be? It would literally just be going up and down a mountain. It'd probably be alright the first time you played it, but after a while it would get a bit boring, wouldn't it? Especially if you couldn't even control the cable car. I think the best Cable Car Simulator actually that you can get in a game is the one on GTA 5. I think that's probably the best cable car simulator out there. I still remember that game blowing me away when I first played it, GTA 5. I'm really looking forward to GTA 6. I mean, even if I have to buy a new games console to play GTA 6, I will buy a new games console. So yeah, because I know on the PC it will probably be a good year, 2 years after it comes out on the console before it reaches PC, so I'll be so desperate to play GTA 6 I'll literally be buying a console just to play it. That tram game, utter rubbish. I didn't mind it actually. As I said, I think it'd be nice if they have routes which are kind of closer to home. I mean, if they had Stockholm in it, or Blackpool, or Manchester, or as you say, Sheffield, then I think it might become appealing for some people. Blackpool definitely, because you could have like DLC packs for Blackpool. You know, the vintage tram DLC. And then you could have like the illuminations of all the lights at night and stuff. I think that would be quite cool. But I think a Croydon, you know, a London tram route DLC would be great. Or one for some other areas as well. Right, anyway, here we are. I think we're here now, aren't we? Oh, we're taking this to DHL. So there we go, Popcorn. Did you know that you had to return your tram to DHL? But there we go. Right, anyway. So we'll just come in here and then I'll just do a bit of reversing. There's another train wagon here as well while we're here. It's awesome. Right. There we go. We can just manoeuvre around. We'll just straighten it up and then we'll be able to just plonk it in like so. Right. And then that'll be that'll be that for today. So I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. I've enjoyed it, just driving around. As you can see, I'm not very good at parking. Although, yeah, bit of a mess. I think it's just these trailers. I'm going to blame the trailer for this because I don't like these trailers with all the wheels. Because it's very, it's very mad at driving. Right. Yeah, I know, it's good. I definitely am enjoying it. It's nice to see a lot of familiar faces here as well. It's nice to see some people from Twitch over here as well. That's nice. So then I don't really feel so bad streaming on Twitch, because obviously on Twitch there'll be some people that don't watch YouTube, and then there's vice versa. There's people that are on YouTube and don't watch Twitch. So it's nice that there's quite a few of you in here today. That'll do. It's not exactly straight, but I'm getting that green light, so that's good enough for me. I don't know how much I'll get for this job either. Probably not a lot. Although Popcorn's obviously refunding, so it'll be coming out of his money. All 79,000 euros. Thanks, Popcorn. better remortgage your house. Wow. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. Let's have a quick look at the map. I'll just quickly show you the map again. Actually, hang on a second, because ProMod's map is completely different to the base game map. There's a lot more on it. So, for example, with ProMods, look, you got a lot of London on here compared to the base game. You got all of Wales here. You got Exeter, Plymouth. You don't have Exeter in the base game. You've got Canterbury, Dover. You've got a Tesco's supermarket at Folkestone. Tesco's in London. If you don't like Tesco's, well, tough. You just have to deal with it. Felixstowe, Norwich. You got Holyhead. You got all the road that goes along. You got all of you got a lot more of Ireland in here. So you've got Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland. You got a lot more of the top of Scotland. You got all these little areas. If you keep an eye out as you drive around Scotland, you sometimes see the Loch Ness Monster. And then you've got Iceland as well. So you've got all of Iceland you can explore. All these crazy roads in Iceland you can drive around. And then you've also got, in the base game map, well, not the base game, for Scandinavia DLC, you literally only have like this area here of, but in the Pro Mods you've got all of this up here as well. You can drive all of this, and then you can go all the way up to this island up here as well. So there's definitely a lot more with Pro Mods. Although this area here will be in the next SCS DLC, which will be the Nordic Horizons. So, but yeah, a lot to it. And also, obviously, there's like little extra villages or towns that Pro Mods might have compared to the base map as well. So, yes, so I'll be doing another Pro Mod stream on YouTube soon, where I'll be carrying on from Dijon, and then we'll be getting some cargoes up into the UK. And as I said, we're gonna probably head over to Iceland in a stream, and then from Iceland we'll probably get the ferry over to Bergen or Norway, and then we'll go up here. I've still got lots of grey roads up here actually, so yeah, still a little bit of exploring to do. So yeah, you can see on the Pro Mods map I haven't really done a lot of exploring anyway, but a lot of these grey roads also come about where sometimes if they update a road, then that road becomes grey again. But yeah, anyway, thanks Katie, thanks Popcorn. Thanks, Kev, Welford, Tepic, Egbert was in earlier, and also we had Airspeed as well, and Paul from Australia. He was in at the beginning for a little while, watching along. So appreciate all of you. Anyway, I'm gonna head off now for the rest of the day. So have a nice day, whatever you're doing. It's Mother's Day today, so pop in and say hi to your mum if you haven't, or speak to them on the phone, or do whatever you want to do. I will leave you all to it. So yeah, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.